You want to hold on to it? All right, Aaliyah.
Alrighty. So this is my presentation. So it's good because everybody's title, like for the start, is about just saying about me, and I'm kind of more set off and a little different from everybody else. So I put something related to the whole theme that I'm doing, which is based off of T. So I put like T for you, basically. So hi, my name's Aaliyah Burleson. Pronouns she, her. I will be attending Moorhead State for education in the middle grade level. Okay. So my lifelong learner. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're not gonna look at that one because that's not the one I want to do. So persist through difficulties. Throughout my whole life, I had to actually overcome a whole lot of things. But last year, right before senior year, I was in DYW, and I had to persist through a whole lot of overcoming challenges like workouts and doing a talent. And during this talent, I actually had to do it under 2 minutes, which was really hard. And I had to do a painting of a figure, and it kind of represented who I am. And the background is like basically words, and I could show y'all if y'all would like, but it's not as long as you think. I just like to show the ending more than anything.
It can't be more than 90 seconds.
No, I got
that.
I got you. Let me pull it up real quick. And I did Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. So it like represents my friend video recorded the whole time. There was this one part that I actually want to show you, so we can do this faster. I'll just kind of skip through. So it's kind of more right here. Oop. Oh my gosh, my hands are so shaky. I was like crying a little bit during it. And that was my mom cheering. So that was kind of like my main reason of picking it. Because she's like my #1 support of anything that I do. Oop. And she kind of helped me out, even though she was kind of yelling in my ear, go, Leah, go, hurry up. Let me see. I set goals for self-improvement. During my 7th grade year, we got a chance to go and do a camp called Camp Unite. And I've been doing it like my whole life, basically throughout my high school year. So every year, ever since I went, I kind of wanted to be a team leader because I grown into it and I loved it. And come to find out, last year I actually got to be a team leader, which ain't the true counselor, but I was kind of like the head because I was older. But it was pretty nice. Oh, these are my camp girls. I love them. And this is my other team leader. She was really sweet. So initiatives of personal fulfillment. So for senior year, passion projects for English capstone, we had to do something based off of kind of like how stuff correlates and how things work kind of in a way, and like it's kind of like an argument and stuff like that. It was pretty nice. But this was a whole lot of work. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yes, I can. It was how music and fashion trends like kind of go hand in hand. And I love slideshows. But my main part that I really love, and everybody else really liked too, if I can move it. No. Oh, there it goes. So I kind of like explained myself again, like always, because I love fashion ever since I was a little girl. And I always wanted to go to France, so that's like one joy. So it kind of gives you like an outline and a famous quote. But my favorite part was how that actually surprised people was actually the music to each one of my slides. So of course the 20s and then the 50s, which is my favorite. We just stuck together. And then the 60s and the 70s, of course my favorite as well. And then the 80s, but we didn't really do that one because it's really repetitive afterwards. But it was really like my favorite because me and my friends, like, they kind of helped me out in a way in fulfilling this whole thing because they also dressed up as each of the decades, which is really sweet. Let's move on to effective communicator. So one of my main things was adapting to the needs of the audience. So I got accepted. I got an acceptance basically to not just MSU but also with their diversity scholarship. It kind of goes for, I guess they're considered judges. I don't know what to call them, but they I had to tell them about my life and my diversity experience, which was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of cried during it because it was like I have been through a lot. So resolves conflict peacefully. Last year there was a very dangerous moment in the school, kind of very there was threats and stuff. But my peers actually worked with me, and we kind of like made this like little walkout, and it was very peaceful, it was very quiet, it was very helpful, and we were kind of getting our word out like, hey, this isn't right. And that's kind of always been my platform, was being out when I was outspoken. And even though I get scared and kind of shaky, it was like, it's always a good outcome. My global citizen, come to find out, I kind of struggled with everything else but global citizen because I have a lot going on with the world right now in the school building. So positively impacts the community. It was so cute because last year, during my junior year, we got to make a book for elementary students, and they really loved it. We had to do it about caves. Basically, it was like very much of a child's book. Let me see if I can pull it up. So the child's book was very much in perspective of what the cave has been through. If I can move it, probably not. Anyway, so this is like, oh, there it goes. So I did it based off the cave's perspective, and it was very fourth grade-y because I had to deal with fourth graders. And I had little pictures and little interactive talks, but that was one of my favorite things I could come up with. Embraces culture and understanding and the diversity of opinions. In my junior year as well, I did a whole lot my junior year. That's when I kind of found out who I was as a person. I joined VALID, which is validity all living individuals deserve. And our biggest project last year was murals, which are also located in the library if you want to see like mural clips. We did it based off of ethnicity, gender, and race, and body proportions, just like lighten the mood and help people understand, hey, people are different, just enjoy it, it's fine. We also made safe, legal, and ethical choices. And me and VALID, of course, we also, as we were working on murals, we also worked on the bullying report because it was very small. But we actually gave examples of what to look for when things happen and how to overcome it and help students feel more safe. And after the walk, we also got placed the reward of family-friendly schools, which was a very helpful program as well. Love the guy, he's so sweet. So critical thinker, let me see. So I work at McBrayer during my second and third period this year, and I'm also an SGA, so I'm very much involved. We did Women's History Month, and we had to make our own lesson plans and sit in on one of the classes, which, fun fact, this is my actual class that I work with at the McBrayer. They were very into it, they loved it. What else? Eagerly explores the world around her, which also I picked this presentation I did this year because it actually goes throughout time periods and all that stuff, which is very nice. Let me see. So active collaborator, which I love working with people, of course. So works with others to accomplish goals. I have a lot of them, but my main recent one was a few months ago when we went to Morehead State University and worked with a whole bunch of artists, and come to find out we could have done competitions, and she was with me, they were with me, and we did a snail family, which we won third place. We should have got first. It was so cute. It was perfect. Someone beat us with like skeleton mariachi band. I was like, I don't get it, but okay. So gives and receives meaningful feedback. During my junior year, Miss Atkins' class had to create passion projects as well, which kind of started all the other passion projects. My main one was doing flowers. I had to present to others, and I had to like give and receive at the same time. But fun fact, I actually met Maxie. I've never met Maxie. I've never met the superintendent. I haven't met anybody like that until he walked in, and I'm standing here, and I'm just talking to the man. I was like, hi, yeah. I thought he was like a normal teacher, but come to find out, he's our big boss, and all. And it was so funny because Miss Atkins like kind of pulled me to the side. She's like, do you know who that is? I was like, who? Who, that guy? And she was like, yeah. I was like, who is it? I don't know who that is. She was like, that's Superintendent Baxley. I was like, wait a minute, what? That's pretty cool. And it was just really awesome to kind of like, hey, even though they're probably much more superior than I am, I don't really know until like, last minute, which is pretty cool. Challenges team members to think forward. During the first year of Ballad, we created the murals, of course, but we all had to do separate things. Like I had to do the backgrounds and make sure they were perfect and stuff like that. And honestly, I think that's pretty much it. I'm also in culinary and Ballad and FBLA and FCCLA, so I'm pretty much really accoladed in the clubs. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening.
Did you help make a nice little lunch that we had today?
I wish, but no, I didn't know we were having lunch. I could have made up something way better, but it happens. This is my duet of you picture. When we had to take little pictures, I kind of picked this outfit because I love flowers and all that pretty stuff.
So tell us where you expect to see yourself 10 years from now.
Ooh, I expect myself to either still be not be in college anymore. Hopefully I'm out.
Yeah.
And I also want to become a teacher and help with being like an activist as well as being a teacher and speaking out on things that hasn't been talked about, which is very important to me, like race and ethnicity, like everything. I am such a person that wants to be out there. I hope that being here at Rowan County that I could actually be more vocal as well. So
do you want to, what level or content do you want to teach?
I want to teach history, of course, and probably English. I want to teach with 5th grade through 8th grade, even though everybody has told me that's going to be the hardest level. I don't know how you're going to do that.
They're lying.
No, I'm telling you, for like, everybody was like that. They were like, why would you do that? I'm like, for one, my rough year was my 7th grade year, because I'm not from here, I'm from Texas. So knowing that I have such a different background and I was bullied for it and I've been through a whole lot, it's like I can help those students as well, because I also have dyslexia, and some people don't see dyslexia as an issue, but I honestly think that needs help with. So that's kind of hopefully I changed something. So that's also why I didn't want to leave Rowan County yet, because I feel like I have so much to offer. So
you hope to stay here?
I hope I stay. Like
teach.
At first I wanted to leave, but now I'm like, I kind of want to stay home and just help out a little bit and see what happens.
What advice would you give to incoming freshmen?
Honestly, yes, it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult as your freshman year. But honestly, try to keep an open mindset, because sometimes you already feel like, hey, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this. But once you see like your career path is kind of changing on you, be willing to make that difference. Because at first, I didn't want to be in business management. And I actually completed it afterwards, and I kind of loved it because I also joined Future Business Leaders, which was amazing. Being in a lot of clubs also helps because you get to meet new people and say hello and all that stuff. Also, honestly, take your time. Don't rush yourself, feel like you have to go through stuff, because some of the sophomores that I have now that I'm friends with are very stressed out about having advanced classes, and I told them, if you need to take a break, just take it, because you do not need the stress right now, being that your senior year is coming, it's going to be hectic, but just take your time, and
So after you become a teacher and principal and finally named superintendent, what changes do you want to make that would make the high school better?
Honestly, there's a lot that needs to be changed, I think, but I don't know exactly what pinpoint, because there's like a lot that needs to be assisted with. For one, the student population is the most important, but some teachers feel like it's not. It's a big deal, yes, but I don't feel like they actually are hearing what the students are saying. And I actually have personally have been through this, and it kind of stresses me out when they're like, it's fine, you're going to be okay, this. I'm going to be like, no, sometimes it's not going to be okay. And we actually need to get that out more instead of just trying to sweep it under the rug a little bit in a way and like buff it. I think you need to be more cut, like line through. Like some students are going to need more assistance, and that's what we need to focus on as well. Yes, we have A students, but we need to work on those that are failing, and we need to be more firm instead of trying to hide the fact that there are stuff going on, and just have like little meetings throughout the year and be like, how are you doing, and coping methods and stuff like that. So
That's an excellent answer.
thank you.
Thank you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaliyah.
Thank you.
We're all finished.
Thank you all so much. Good job.
Yeah, very
girls.
good.
Thank you.
Excellent.